learners, this is Elena Mishra. Welcome to Snape's Biology. In this video, we are going to discuss types of leaf and venation of the leaf. So let's start. So leaves may be various types. Firstly, foliar leaf. This is the normal green leaf and perform the normal function of leaf, that is photosynthesis, transpiration, and it perform gaseous exchange. Second is seed leaves or cotyledon. These are the embryonic leaves and they comes out as fast leaf during the germination. The most of the nourishment which is stored was used up, but still they are green paired structure. The third one is scaly leaves or cataphyls. They are the dry brown color leaves or modified leaves and their main function is protection. We see these scaly leaves at underground stem. Normally, because here the underground means no sunlight, they are not going to perform photosynthesis, so there is no significance them being green, but they have to protect the birds which arise. Fourth is floral leaves. These are the modified leaves borne on the flowers. For example, sepals and petals. So these are the modified brightly colored structure which attract the insect for pollinations. Fifth is sporophylls, means spore producing leaf. In flowering plants, the spores which are produced, they are microspores and megaspores. Microspores are produced in the anther of the stamens and megaspores are produced in the pistil. So these two parts of the flower which are actually modified leaves and they produce spores. Next is bracts leaf. Here the bracts are actually considered as modified leaf, so the leaf part gets modified into brightly colored structures which attracts the insect for pollination. This is seen in case of bougainvillea. Here the flower is dull brown color and we find very brightly colored structure around this. So it is the bract which we seen. So these are actually modified leaf. We called it bract leaf. The last one is prophylls. The prophylls are the first leaf of the stem. When the plumule emerges from the seed, it gives rise to the tiny apical bud and there are two tiny leaves arise. These first two tiny leaves are called prophylls. So the prophylls are differ from the rest of the leaf. For example, in case of citrus and pteridophytes. So whenever we are talking about just the word leaf, we are talking of the foliar leaf, the green leaf which performing photosynthesis. But there are so many other modifications which perform other special functions. Next is venation of lamina. All you know, leaf consists of veins and veinlets. So venation is the arrangement of the vein and veinlets in the lamina. These veins are nothing but the vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem, which transport the food, water and mineral and also provide skeletal support to the flattened lamina. The arrangement of the vein and veinlets in lamina are different. So it is classified into three categories, that is reticulate venation, parallel venation and forked venation. So we will discuss all the three one by one. The first one is reticulate venation. This is the characteristic features of dicot leaf. Here the veinlets are irregularly distributed and form a network or reticulum in the lamina. Reticulate venation is further divided into two categories on the basis of number of midribs. First is unicostate reticulate venation. If there is one main vein or midrib and multiple branches, then it is known as unicostate type of venation. Here only one midrib is present, so it is called unicostate, and multiple branches or veins and veinlets arise from the both the side of the midrib forming a network-like appearance. Then it is called reticulate. That's why it is called unicostate reticulate venation. This is the most common type of venations found in case of mango, people trees and China rose, etc. Next is multicostate reticulate venations. If there are multiple veins, then it is called multicostate. Here again, it will be categorized into two parts. If all those main veins they converge, then it will be called convergent type. For example, Ziziphus, Smilax, etc. In this leaf, when comes to the veins, there are multiple number of main veins and all of them they are converged towards the tip. Branching is again network like, so this is called convergent multicostate reticulate venations. Next, if the main veins they do not come to one point, instead they are going in outward direction, then it will be called divergent type. In divergent type, there are different veins which are going in different directions around which lamina is present. So these main veins or branches or ribs, they are multiple, so it is called multicostate, and they are going in different directions or spreading out, so it is called divergent. So this is the divergent multicostate reticulate venation. It is found in case of cucumber, papaya, castor, etc. Depending upon how many main veins they have, we can have uni or multicostate, and in case of multicostate, if all those main veins are convergent, they are called convergent type. If they are going in different directions, they are called divergent type. So this is how we classified reticulate venations. Next is parallel venations. In this case, the veins arise from midrib, run parallel to each other and do not form a network. It is the characteristic feature of monocot leaves. Parallel venation can again be divided into two categories on the basis of how many main veins it has. So it will be called unicostate again. The term is same, but this is unicostate parallel. In case of unicostate, the leaf is going to have only one main vein, and the branches which arise from main vein, they are going to parallel each other. So we don't see any kind of network as was visible in case of reticulate venation. For example, Musa, Cana, etc. Next is multicostate parallel venation. Here numerous prominent veins arise from the tip of the petiole and running parallel towards the leaf apex. They do not show any branches. Again, it is divided into two categories as convergent and divergent. In convergent, the main veins run parallel to each other from the base of the lamina and converge at the apex. Here the branches which are arise, they are going to be parallel. For example, grasses, bamboo, rice, etc. Next is divergent type. In this type, the main veins arise from the tip of the petiole and they are going in different directions and the branches are going to be parallel. Again, no network, there are many main veins and they are going in different directions. For example, fan palm. So now we will take some exception. Exception means a dicot where reticulate venation is the characteristic feature, they show parallel venation. For example, Corymbium. Here Corymbium is a dicot leaf, but it shows parallel venations. Same monocot where the parallel venation is the characteristic feature, but they show reticulate venation. For example, Colocasia, Dioscorea, Smilex, etc. So these are the important plants where we find they in spite of belong to a particular group, but they show the characteristics feature of other group, that is dicot showing parallel and monocot showing reticulate venation. The third one is forked venation. It is the characteristic feature of ferns or pteridophytes. In this case, what happens? The midrib or main veins are many, so initially they remain undivided and after that they show two branches. That means they are bifurcation. We would not see any kind of reticulation or anything. So lower part has only the main veins, and as we go towards the upper side of the leaf, we find branching, and every time it divides to give rise to two branches only. That means the veins are divided dichotomously. In flowering plants, there are two types of venation mainly found, that is parallel and reticulate venation, and the forked venation found in case of pteridophytes. So on the basis of this venation, we can also identify whether the plant is a monocot or a dicot, because there is a distinct difference between the arrangement of veins. So it was all about leaf, types of stipules, venation of the leaf. Next we will discuss about arrangements of the leaf and modifications of the leaf. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.